Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Takira Mosley. I am a student attending Lane College. I major in education and I minor in sociology. And on the side of me, we have
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Terrence Wilkins. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I have a major in business management and a minor in computer science. And today I am assisting D.
Takira Mosley. So today we will talk about the visitation policy for college campuses, for outside visitation and inside student visitation as well. We would like to talk about the curfew policy. So my input on outside visitation is I feel as if it should be common for college students to have outside family come visit them on campus at a certain time. I feel like this is where the curfew time comes in. Because I live a certain amount of time away and I would love for my family to come up here and visit me on campus to see what it's like and really get experience of how I am as a student. But I also understand where that can be a safety issue from certain other aspects. Just like, because you don't never know, it can be an occurrence, or it probably has been an occurrence or a situation where an outsider who's not on campus has came on campus, which I know that outside people coming on campus is criminal trespassing for at least my college, Lane College. So.
As for me, I agree with what you say to a extent. As for outside visitation, I believe family most trusted family that you can write down on the list at the front desk. Let them know, hey, this is the family I trust. They can come in. But as for just say a random person walks up on campus, they want to come inside the girls' dorm or the boys' dorm, either one. I don't believe that should be allowed just because of the safety issue that can bring. And
I agree.
Yeah, and that's if so. I'm not gonna necessarily say allowed, but if so, there should be some type of security issue, not just somebody at the desk 24/7, but some type of, hey, this person is coming for this amount of time. Take ID, take where they're from, just do all this for family members, just for a random individual. No, that it should not be allowed within the building.
Yes.
But that's just my personal input of it. Don't quote me.
I agree with what he's saying as well. But as far as inside visitation, I feel like it should be a certain amount of people visiting a room a day instead of 10, 12, 11 people in one room, because that can become an issue with the other dorm mates. They can have an issue with that, and then that can stir up something as well. Because
to add on to what you just said, my apologies for interrupting her. It's in my personal opinion, it should be no more than 2 people in the room. Or let's say you have a single room, it should be no more than 2 people. If you have you have a roommate, it should be no more than 4 people in that room. You, your roommate, and the other 2 individuals. Dorm rooms are already small as it is. I don't believe a lot of people want their room crowded with a bunch of individuals.
Over capacity.
They barely know it.
Yeah.
But that's just my personal opinion on the policy.
I agree with that as well, to a certain extent. I really think it depends on what building you are in for your dorm, or how many people can come in there as well. But it's understandable if it's a study group, but I feel like that's what the dorm lobbies are here for, or Kirkendall or any other buildings where we can study as a group. But I feel like if it's a loud kickback per se, or party, or it's loud music and other things that shouldn't be in the room, I feel like that should be cut out immediately. Now, as far as curfew, my personal opinion about curfew is I feel like curfew should be a reasonable time where all the students can agree with. And because at the end of the day, people will say we're still young, stuff like that. But I feel like people have work at a certain time. The door shouldn't be locked at a certain time, because some of the key passes don't work for the dorms. But that's another issue. But they lock the doors at a certain time, and it gets hard to get in. I work at 6 a.m. and I have to leave at 6 a.m. Say if I come back 6 a.m. the next night, or get off at 6 a.m., then I'm gonna have to get into that dorm, as well as to say if I get off 1, 11, 12 in the morning, I have to get in there. So I feel like the curfew should be reasonable, but it shouldn't be too late because we are like kind of in a random neighborhood.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with you. But for my personal opinion on curfew, there should be most different curfew installed in colleges. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to stop. I don't believe in stopping college students from having their fun. They already working. They already doing a lot on campus. They're already taking care of their academics. They're trying to get their degrees. I believe there should be like Okay, so for weekends, there should be no curfew for weekends. So my honest opinion.
I second that.
A lot of students have a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just want to go out and have a good time, which is perfectly okay for a college student. Perfectly normal. But as for like school days, like Monday through Thursday,
it should be a certain time.
Most definitely should be a curfew. Like students need to be in the dorm by this amount of time so they can, you know what I'm saying, get their work. So get enough rest. I know personally, I don't wanna hear a bunch of students running up and down the highway partying, doing this,
screaming and yelling, disturbing people's sleep or disturbing people's study time.
Especially if I'm trying to study for an exam, I need my peace and quiet.
You're gonna have to cut that out at 3:00 p.m. How about that?
Yes.
3 p.m.
Yes. But I mean, is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
There is not.
Okay, well, thank y'all for your time. I appreciate Takira for inviting me to join her in this task.
And I thank you for joining me, and we're going to end this.
Yes.
Have a good one, everybody.